Good morning and welcome to Kramer's Corner with Daily Technical Update. It is Monday the 26th of August, and just a very quick recap of the technical picture on the semiconductor industry. We had this bearish engulfing here Thursday. We bounced back a little bit Friday, but it actually does have to close above 237.5 to cancel this top and reversal pattern. Same picture on the tech sector as a whole, also massive bearish engulfing here Thursday, and that of course spilled into the overall markets on S&P 500, very close to having its bearish engulfing candle cancelled Friday, but it didn't. It actually needs to close above 5,644. Until then, it is still in play. But interestingly, here we have RSI in a positive sentiment. We didn't have that, or we don't have that on the tech sector or the semiconductor sector, but it could all be changed. I think it's Wednesday when Nvidia is releasing earnings and guidance, so that will be key for this week, and I think we will have a little bit of wait-and-see mode until then. Nasdaq 100, also this top and reversal pattern, 19,939 needs to close above that to cancel that. We also have the, I think the RSI actually, it was above 60 threshold, so we are in a positive sentiment, but it is struggling. We are above 55 moving average though, so if it can close up above the peak here Thursday, well, then there is a great likelihood it will test this resistance area here, which is the gap area. And just a very quick look at also what happened on the Russell 2000. Here we are back here in late July. We saw a very good numbers for Trump. Basically, the polls did say that, well, he was about to be president, but then suddenly everything changed. Biden stepped back, or was forced to step back, and Kamala Harris took over now, and then sell off here. But now it has bounced back strongly. I don't know what it made it jump more than 3% Friday, but it could challenge the peak here from late July. So very interesting indeed that small caps had a field day Friday. European markets, we have the EUROSTOXX future actually testing the a minor resistance. It's not the strongest one, but it still is a resistance here around 4,978-ish. It did close above Friday. We also had the RSI closing above 60 threshold, but we have a cloud resistance, and we are nowhere near the all-time highs. So a little bit of a struggling for further upside momentum, but we are in a short-term positive trend. DAX index, on the other hand, very close to its all-time highs after closing above 18,558. Could push higher in the coming days. Positive sentiment on the RSI supporting that view. Amsterdam index, on the other hand, is struggling really to get above the 55 moving average, which is declining, and we are also negative sentiment on the RSI. So despite the fact that it actually closed above 907, the key strong resistance is up here, 927, 928. That could be a struggle to break, but for now it seems to just be a struggle getting above the 55 moving average, and if we are sliding back a little bit, I think we could be caught range bound in this area here. If we are moving back below 900, then expect selling pressure to really resuming. We have the CAC 40 currently testing and trading above the minor resistance here, 5,585. RSI currently above 60 threshold here, as we can see. No, it's not. Sorry. my eyes tricked me there. Currently just around the 60 threshold. If it can close above, well, then there's further upside potential to 77.25-ish around this resistance level. Otherwise, I actually do think we'll slide back a little bit. But apparently it's being lifted a little bit by the other European markets that are fairly positive, apart from Amsterdam, the stock and Swiss market, very close to its all-time high, and I think we will see it be tested maybe this week, fairly shortly at least. A very strong move indeed. On your dollar, trading in this steep rising wedge-like pattern here, above the resistance at 111.40. There's no strong resistance until 112.75, so we didn't have that correction here kicking in the other day. Friday move was very strong. Now we are getting a little bit, perhaps a little bit of a divergence here on the RSI. We see the RSI values are declining, and if we are moving in and to have a look at the weekly chart, we can see also no strong resistance until 112.75, which is also 38.2 projection of this triangle, big triangle pattern we have here. So from the top to the bottom, or bottom to the top, and then projected higher. Well, then 38.2 is just around 112.60. So I think we will see a push up there eventually. We could have a little bit of a setback in general, but I think we will see a euro dollar pushing higher. If it takes out 111, well, then we could have a larger correction. What we have in euro sterling, not that's unsurprisingly, because we do have cable pushing high. We're going to see that in a second. We now have the euro sterling trading around the 55 moving average, below the 61.8 retracement, but the RSI is still above 40 threshold. Will it break below, or will it break the falling trend line there? Here the next couple of days could be decisive, but we could see it dip lower really to 786 retracement at 84.35, and then I think it will be it. Let's remove this one, that's obsolete at the moment. So it's a larger correction, to be honest, but there's some support around current levels. Cable, really strong move here. Also Friday pushed above 135, and if we are looking at the weekly chart, I don't really have any resistance until up here around, and let's zoom out a little bit. Maybe there's something in this area around 135, 136, but I can't really count on that. So I would say we are likely to push higher to the 161.8 projection of this correction here at 132.80 in the coming days, and then we are in for a correction. I believe RSI stretch a little bit, but I think we could push a little bit higher, and that probably also puts the euro sterling a little bit lower. Dollar yen cancel its potential bottom and reversal pattern here that formed last week. It cancelled it Friday with the massive sell-off it was warned about. We talked about it last week that could occur, and also in my written report or analysis I mentioned that keep an eye on that if it takes out, and it did. And now we are trading just at 786 retracement, just a few cents above it, and we are close to having a low close. Not there's still a little bit of room down to the spike down here, or the trough here. But if we get a close below any of these close here, then it will be this one that is at 144.18, and where we're trading at the moment 143.44. So then we will have divergence on the RSI. You can see the values are rising at the moment, but market is moving lower. And I think we could push lower, and possibly down to around 142.5. And there's no sign that it will turn around. However, it could be the last leg, short term at least, down. If it takes out the peak here from Thursday, Friday on these here, on these candles here, then I think we'll see a bounce higher. Euro yen currently testing the support here again at 160.55. That should be observed. It could break lower, and I think it will do that. And then we have a move down to 158. Aussie yen, still caught in this range here. 96.75 is the key level to look out for. Sterling yen, same picture really. 187.85. Support around here that should be observed, could be tested here fairly shortly. You can see RSI starting to move back below 40 threshold, I think, so we could have a pressure on the support there. Aussie dollar really sprinted higher Friday in a massive move there up to the up to 68 level. And maybe just a pip below or something, and we could see a correction. However, RSI positive sentiment, no divergence. There is potential higher up to around the 69 level, as you can hear, 68, 70, 69 in that region there. If it takes out the lows there from the 22nd, well, then expect a correction. But as you can see, all moving averages are rising, so indicating underlying trend and sentiment is bullish. Dollar Canada, massive sell-off Friday after testing the 135.90 support a couple of times, and a 200 moving average. Then it really took off and then collapsed here. And I think we'll see Dollar Canada move to around 134.5, 134.40, where we have some support, and the 138.2 projection of the of this uptrend there. So really a turnaround in Dollar Canada, as we have seen. EURUSD, I think it will, I actually believe, and this is not an advice or anything, or recommendation, but I think that the EURUSD will break below the 38.2 retracement at 94.45, and I think we'll see a push down to the 61.8 at 93.55. It looks fairly heavy at the moment. RSI negative sentiment, no divergence, and I think we'll see RSI pushing back below 40, and if it does, well, then expect a push lower on EURUSD. Dollar Swiss, I think we'll see it test the lows here, 84.32. Let's see how it looks on the weekly. Well, then actually potential lower to around 83.30 level. And I wouldn't be surprised that if we get there eventually, because once you have taken out the 786 retracement, you usually also see it moving lower to these levels here. So we'll probably see a lower low. Dollar Canada, the dollar index just above 100 spot 32. Let's remove this one. That's not really relevant after this bearish move there. So I think we'll see a test of the 100 spot 32. Could dip a little bit below it, and let's just zoom out a little bit. As you can see here, where it stems from, that is a key support, and I think it will bounce about. Maybe a little bit below, but expect a bounce. Gold, let's zoom in. Gold is now again pushing higher on trying to take out the all-time highs, and I think it will materialize. It did hold the support at 24.84, so I think we could push higher towards 25.50, possibly higher here in the coming days. If it takes out the little spike low there between down to 24.70, expect a correction that could take gold down to around the testy lower rising trend line there. Also silver pushing higher, just a percent up, and after taking out the resistance and the 61.8 retracement, well, then I think we'll see it moving to 30 plus, 31, 30, 32 level here in the coming days. So it seems like they are really on the move now. Copper testing key resistance here at 422.35, and I think it will break it higher, but we need a confirmation of the RSI above 60 threshold. But the RSI divergence down here indicated that with the downtrend here had exhausted, and after breaking this wedge-like pattern and also now the upper falling trend line, I think we'll see a push up to around 440 in the coming weeks. If it takes out the lows here from the other day, just around 412, then expect another push lower. But I think we are to the upside. On the crude oil, we saw crude oil once again bouncing from these lows there around 72 level. You can see it is on this one. So moving on to the weekly chart, we can see what actually is going on. It bounced, as we also talked about, and you can find my more in-deep analysis I did on crude oil about a week or so ago, where I look at this and say, okay, we have this triangle-like pattern. It's bounced from this support, and it could move up to possibly up to the 80s, maybe even test the upper falling trend line there on the weekly. Same picture on the Brent, of course. If we can get it to update, I didn't hit the key correctly. There we are. Here it's actually shown what it is. So it seems like this is the scenario, the blue scenario playing out. Question is how much will it bounce from current support level? So you can see it's still above that there. Keep an eye on that. You can see it bounced here on the daily, and I think it will bounce further up to 82.5, possibly a little bit higher. Finally, on the US 10-year Treasury yields, trading around the 379 support. See it really sliding around here at the moment. 1 minute it seems like it will push lower and then it bounces higher. So this seems to be kind of a pivot area for a bullish or bearish. So keep an eye on that. I still think we will see a test of the 786 retracement at 373, possibly lower, but we are in a little bit of a wait and see mode. But if we just very quickly, I know time is running, look at this. We have just very quickly again, I'll do this. I think it's worth to have a look at. We have this like a flag corrective phase here going on right there. So a breakout from that could be imminent, but give it a couple of days more. All right, that's all for today, and we're looking forward to NVIDIA, I think, on Wednesday. Have a nice day and have a trading.